Jump in the game, let's take a ride. Features gaming, it's time to vibe. From London town to the Roblox scene, he's the master of the gaming dream. Roblox gameplay, F1 racing, with content so amazing. But he's got a game that's one of a kind. It's SEO, the train game. We rewind. All aboard, we're heading down the track. With features gaming, there's no looking back. Roblox adventures, he takes us far and wide. Join the fun, hop on for the ride.
You guys, Features Gaming here. Welcome back to another stream here on the channel, and today, as you can see, we are going to be playing a well, I say a bit of. We are going to be streaming. I don't know why I said a bit of. We're going to be playing some British Railway. I don't even know why I cannot even speak today, but as you can see, we are going to be playing British Railway today. Now, there is actually something that I do want to show you. Apparently, there is an event in the hatch to do with said British Railway, so I literally don't know what that even is, so I think we're just going to check that out in this stream, see if it's any good. I think you can like win like a livery or something with it, so we're going to see what that looks like, and then just do some generic British Railway driving after that pretty much. So hello everyone. Honestly, I don't even know. I can't even speak. Hello everyone in the chat. How you guys doing? Hello Alexandra. Hello Dan-chan. Hello Ethan. Hello Reese. Hello Ryan. Hello Raphael. Hello GA. Hello They Love Kai. And everyone else as well. Hello Bennett as well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. And everyone else who is, well, coming into the stream. I don't know why I need to keep repeating myself. So yes, let's go ahead and join the hatch. And let's see where this is. So we do need to go over to a specific island in order to do the event. So we need to go over there first, and then hopefully we should be able to check out what's new, or check out what you need to do with the thing. So I do already have one egg that is due to the air biome, because I did the what's it called? I did the what's it called? The Smoothie Factory Tycoon one. So we need to go to, I think it's one of these, I think. So we need to like go to the right or somewhere. I think it's over here that we need to go. And then we need to go into the portal. I think the portal, it should be there. But obviously we haven't got it yet. But I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, 'cause, yeah, now there's a cutscene thing. As you can see. And then we need to go into the thing, so the light biome, that is where you need to go. Can I turn this music off, by the way? Thank you. My summer vacation starts at the end of next week. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy it. And then we need to go into the portal. There we go. And then we select British Railway when we see it on the list. It is there. There we go. Play. So let's see what we have to do. Let's see. I have not done the hatch event though, by the way. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't want to. Spawn a train to search for the egg. Any train? Is there like a specific route that I need to do? I don't know. Spawn a train randomly and go full throttle. Oh, I can do that. Easy. Well, I can only go full throttle for a bit though, because there's signals, so I don't know if I need to do anything more. It says 1.5 miles, so I think I need to travel 1.5 miles with this. I think, anyway. So let's wait here for the signal to change. You can also do it in your private. I don't know if you can, because you need to do it through the portal. It doesn't spawn normally, I don't think. Once you pass 1.5 miles, you get the egg and be our skipper pacer. I see, I see. Yeah, I don't know why British Railways is in the hatch. I mean, it's nice in a way that they are, you know, wanting to they are wanting people to play British Railway a bit more, but yeah, it does seem a bit odd, doesn't it? It does seem a bit odd. And I expect there's like a lot of traffic as well, which is why the trains aren't moving that quick. I could maybe spawn somewhere a little bit less busy. I think we'll do that. I just don't know what is a mile long, you know what I mean? Can we do like a... Oh, it should be 1.5 miles, surely. Okay, why is that now 3.5? Oh god. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Hello, Crazy and Optimistic as well, by the way. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream. Hello, the gaming train as well. Oh, speeding. Slow down. Well, I didn't think about doing it in the city. I think we can even do it after this anyway. Oh wait, no, wait. The 755 isn't an intercity train, I don't think. Is it? Wait, no, it should be. I don't even know. It doesn't matter where you spawn. Well, I still need to drive 3.4 miles, so... You get all 100 eggs and you get a something egg as the grand prize. Yeah, see, that sort of thing is just like, it doesn't interest me anymore, to be honest. It really doesn't. You have something very interesting to show. Interesting. Interesting. You're going to wait at Avonhill. I see, I see. Alright, we can go 90 now. Hello, God, by the way. In what category is BR? It's in the light biome. Right, what even is this? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to remove the chat because I do that. Oh, slow down. Luckily we don't stop at any stations. Doing a 5-hour-ish flight on your tablet. How are you playing it on your tablet? He removed my role. Lol. You still had SV in your name. So you haven't changed your, nickname. Gave it back. Just a bit of banter, isn't it? Is it somewhere out fire biome, light biome, or any other? No, it's only in light biome. But when you go to the portal and you go into the portal thing, it's literally there. I think it's literally on the top to the right. You just click that, and then it'll teleport you into the game. Right, roughly it should be on the approach into Avonhill, to be fair. So maybe you get the egg when you're on like the approach into like a major station. I will try to complete the hatch. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in it, to be honest. Indeed, SDSFs are tomorrow, or the results are. Still waiting for SSG. Not complaining at all. I'm aware, though. I'm aware. There's not many Signaler managers are there, so it will take a bit more time than SDS, obviously. Because they have to get through more apps. And things like that. And obviously, they have lives outside of SCR. Eggs 2020 is not an egg hunt. I don't think it's supposed to be an egg hunt. I don't think it ever has been. Right, see you, Optimistic. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I see the egg. It's there. So we just drive into the egg then. Is that literally all we do? Chomp. Yay. I didn't know Build a Boat for Treasure was in the event. Eh. Okay, I was just seeing stuff. For a moment, I thought this part of the track hadn't loaded in. I was just going to be like, why is there nothing? But there was something. Right, so apparently we get like a special livery for that. Let's at least collect some coins just by completing this journey, because, while we're here, we might as well get some coins. There we go. And let's try out this pacer, shall we? Be our skipper. There we go. You know what is weird? Is that you can literally do the cuffly to cuffly route with the pacer if you really want to die. I don't know why you would want to do that, but apparently you can. Yeah, might as well. Sounds like seems like a good job to do. Oh, I forgot that we have a combined throttle and brake thing now. I would not survive that. I would like to do it, don't get me wrong, but
the train now approaching platform 4.
This is what the livery looks like though, as you can see.
Regional service to Belmont Green, calling at Portree Road, Woodham and Belmont Green. This train is formed of 6 coaches.
Yeah. I mean, it has character, don't get me wrong, but
the train now
not really the best train, is it?
4 is the regional.
Well, the best livery for me at least.
Calling out Portree Road, Woodham and
hello, Galactic Transport, by the way. How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
6 coaches.
We have 7 people watching on the portrait version. That's pretty cool. 13 on the horizontal. Yeah. By the way, smash into the buffer with the pacer. I'll do that at my thingamajig, at my terminus. The thing is, with the portrait streams, it was a bit weird on the American truck stream last night. I was basically just, looking at the stats, or, as I ended the stream. Horizontal one, did normal, about 100, 200 viewers. Ended the portrait one, 900 views. Hmm? What? Like, the ATS stream literally just got 900 views. I didn't even know. Portrait streams are very weird. Like, how are you going to fit everything into a small portrait? Yeah, that's the thing. I've just tried to do my best, to be honest, of, you know, what I thought looked good. But yeah. How's your day going? It's going well, thank you, Galactic Transport. Hope you are having a good day so far as well. What I did before is, I think I just shrunk my face cam to the very top. Put the gameplay basically in its own window, like right in the middle, like full screen-ish. So it like fit the thing, and then I just expanded my face cam so it fit the top part, and then just tried to put something on the bottom half just to try and fit in the negative space. So yeah. Feeling positive about XRS tomorrow. Hopefully. I've done a lot of practice. Well, I say a lot of practice. I did a 50% race this morning. So, I don't know. Hello Yeats as well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yes, good luck, Mr. Gamington, for completing the hatch. You're going to need it, I think. No, because he's bad at F125. Oi! I'm alright, thank you. It is a bit tricky, to be fair. I think I'm experiencing a lot of understeer into turn 1. I think it's turn 1, the source, poo on, and through the 2 chicanes is where I'm experiencing a bit of performance loss. I just need to learn the car through the corners. I'm using a relatively low downforce anyway, so pretty much explains why, to be honest. Can I maybe guard you? I don't really have guards on, to be honest.
This is a regional service to Fair.
Plus, I will be hopping into my private server after this anyway. I'm just, you know, I just want to basically look at the train, pretty much. Actually, if you could wait there, I would appreciate that. Because it automatically makes my server green.
Welcome on board.
So just stay there.
Service to Fair. The next station is Whetstone.
Thanks for that. Maxwell. Oh, and insert spinning Maxwell meme here. Oh my days. Right, off to Whetstone. I'm going to get a lot of traffic though going into Fair though, I think. I don't know why I even chose a route to Fair because it just gets congested. The hatch made me play brain rot games. Well, you wouldn't expect you wouldn't expect it for you to play good games, would you now? Got to expect something.
We will shortly be arriving at Whetstone.
I played Smoothie Factory Tycoon, but that's about it, to be honest. Also, hello Southwest Level Crossings UK as well, by the way. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many viewers we actually got on this stream, because I am technically streaming in school time-ish. I did delay it to 3 just so it's like school kick-out time. And I think we have, like 20 people watching, which is pretty good.
This is
Decent
Whetstone.
stop. Decent.
This is a regional service.
I haven't
to
actually
Fair.
driven the Pacer for a while, to be fair, so it is a bit of a learning curve at the moment. I got kicked out of school 1 hour and 45 minutes ago. I didn't mean kick out as in literally they told you to... I didn't mean it like that. I meant like, you know, it's school leaving time, if that makes sense.
Welcome on board this regional service to Fair. The next station is Abbey Road.
The skipper paste more like chocolate paste, so. Fair point.
We will shortly be arriving at Abbey Road. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Tomorrow I am kicked out at midnight. I assume you're starting your summer holidays then. No?
The train now approaching platform 2 is the 1524 shuttle service to Fair. Calling at Roseberry Park, Artley.
I'm sorry, did this
Fair.
station just call me a shuttle service to Fair?
Coaches.
It's not a shuttle.
We are sorry that the 1527 regional service to
Oh, you have
Fair
3 days
has been
off.
cancelled. We
I see.
apologise for the disruption to your journey today.
In term 3, week 2, and Monday, I will be riding a bus from my school to
This
the
is
to
Abbey
the
Road.
sports, only for
Please
kids
mind the
who
gap
are
between
8
the
years
train
old.
and the platform edge. This is a regional
But like year
service to
7, year 8, and year 9,
Fair.
for example, have to go to school. Those peasants.
The train now approaching platform 2 is the 1527 regional service to Fair. Calling at Fair only. this
Very
train
strange that, you know, some years only go in, though.
Welcome on board this regional service to Fair. Calling at Victoria Docks.
Kind of reminded me
Abbey
of
Road,
one of my
Rosebery Park, Artley, and Fair.
of one of my college
Next
timetables.
station is Victoria Docks.
There was something that we had to do that was called online study or directed study. And I can't remember exactly when it was, but I think it was like 2 days. Or basically, on my level 3 course, we had to do it twice, so 2 hours in a week. It was very strangely, what's the word? It was very strangely labelled. Because I think what happened is that we had one time we had directed study. It was like we had lunch. You had like a 2-hour period of lunch, and then you would do directed study, and then that was your day end. That didn't really fit well for me. So what I did is I basically asked, could I, because I think there was our other director study was due right after tea, or right after lunch, I mean. On, I think it was Wednesday? Was it a Monday? I can't remember. So basically, I wanted to have it, so I had lunch, and then 2 hours of director study, like right after that. And, you know, that's what I did. Because there was no way that I was just gonna, you know, stay home for 2 hours, then go back to college just for an hour to effectively sit there and do nothing. Because you're supposed to use that directed study to get on with your coursework effectively. Thing is that we did our coursework in college, actually in our lessons, so it didn't really make sense And I think I oftenly found myself going into director study to just literally watch YouTube or watch a movie. Like, I am not kidding you. Because there was actually just nothing that I had to do. I think I remember one time I went in to watch Aladdin. It was so weird. Hello Harry as well, by the way. If you want, you can turn simple driving on. What's simple driving? I don't even know what that is. Simplified throttle. I don't know what it does. Oh, it does that. I kind of like the having the combined throttle and brake system, to be fair. Or, you know, having to do it this way. The only ones in my year that I have to go to school next 3 days are ones that do a re-examination to trying to get a better graduation thing, whatever. Ah, I see. Do I like VR? Of course I do. Wouldn't play it if, you know, if I didn't like it. Are all of these going to fair? I have a feeling they are. I don't know what your favourite helper is.
This is Victoria Docks. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Change here for trains.
The summer break
Sight
does
on
start
sea.
just start
This
3
is a
days
regional
before
service
the other years in my school.
fair.
Mine starts basically after Friday next week. Theirs after Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Why not just make it the end of the week? You know? That's something I hate when schools break up like
Welcome
midweek.
on board this regional service to
Why?
Fair, calling at
Why?
Abbey Road, Rosebery Park, Arkley, and Fair. The next station is Abbey Road.
That's how it's been for some holidays ever since I went to school. I don't get it. I really don't. Christmas break was the worst this year. Was it like a Tuesday or something? I literally don't get it. I'm not paying attention. Wonderful. Oh my, my god. Jesus Christ, that suspension was bad. No, but we had to go back to school on the 2nd of January. I don't know what day that is. Bouncy pacer. Well, yeah, I'm just making the pacer realistic at this point. I think I know why Crazy asked me to go into the buffer at max speed. When I was chilling at school, my friend comes to me with his friend, and he lying that his friend in the owner of Roblox and gave him 1 trillion Robux. Oh yeah, as if. Here we go. That was red. I guess it changed literally as soon as I got there. Well, that was a lucky escape. At least it gave us the rest of week after New Year's off. That's true, actually. Yeah. I often found myself having to go back to school literally on like New Year's Day and stuff. And I'm just like, I thought New Year's was like a bank holiday or something like that.
We are sorry that the 1539
This is
regional
Abbey Road.
And I'm just like, I
Please
just
mind
want to
the
watch
gap
the
between
fireworks,
train
you know, the
and
London
platform
fireworks.
edge.
apologize for the disruption to your journey
This is a
today.
regional service to
Hello, Jason.
Fair.
How you doing? We are sorry, but you have felt this training for passing a signal at danger. You may try it another time. That's because I'm streaming.
Welcome on board this regional service to Fair.
SCR, right? No, this is British Railway.
Rosebery Park, Arkley, and Fair.
Yeah, I've got it
Next
recorded.
station
I'm literally
is
editing it.
Rosebery Park.
Well, not now, but you know what I mean. I'm in the editing stage of the video, so I'm hoping I can get it done by the end of this week, but I don't know. Have you did the bucket challenge? Just curious. If you mean the ice bucket challenge, no. Because to be honest, I don't see the point in it. Because people use water and dump it over
We will
themselves.
shortly be arriving at Rosebery Park.
The whole point of the
Please mind
challenge
gap
is
between the
donating to a
train and the
cause.
platform edge.
But what you're doing is then you're wasting clean water by dumping it over yourself when that water could have gone to a different country to help those in need. So, you know, although you're helping one cause by obviously donating, and that is a good thing, I'm not discouraging that, but then you're not doing another course. Great. You know, just donate to the thing and put up, put on a photo. I've donated so and so to whatever.
This is Rosebery Park. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Last year you got bullied so much,
This
but
is a
finally that guy is
regional
not in my
service
class
to
anymore. That's
Fair.
good then. That's good. Today is the delightful day, 90 degrees Celsius. I don't even know what temperature it is
Welcome on
in
board
my
this
area.
regional service to Fair. The next
Do I know
station
East
is
Norrington?
Arkley.
If you mean in the game, I think I saw something about it, but couldn't fully remember. I have a feeling Maxwell is going to be in one of those. I don't know why, but we saw him, didn't we? East Norrington is east of West Norrington. Well done, hence the name. Opinion on the added Stepford Loop. If you mean the Coxley Newtown and Barton Station, I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have a few more stations, but I don't really know, to be honest.
We will shortly be arriving.
Hello, train guy.
at
How you doing? Welcome to
Arkley.
the stream. Oh yeah, red signal. Wonderful. Whee! It was supposed to be a joke about the abandoned Stepford Loop. I don't remember that. I'm playing City... Oh my god. Basically City Bus Manager. I don't know, but I think we might be waiting a bit to get into fair. I don't think it's going to be a straightforward thing. Wait, do I stop here? Where am I? Oh, I do. I don't actually think I've ever stopped here.
This is Arkley.
Oh,
This is a regional
we're here already.
service
I didn't even realise
fair.
that. I guess we have to find an egg on every station and tracks as passenger. No, actually, it's fairly simple.
Welcome on board.
You join the
this
game,
regional
you spawn a
service to
train, and you
Fair.
just drive for as long as it says you to drive
The
for.
next station is Fair. Where
That's
the train
literally it.
travels. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
Right, here we go. Full speed into the buffers. Don't care about my score, we're just going to go full speed. At least we're going straight to fair. Guess what country? I have no idea.
We will
What
shortly
speed are we going to be in
arriving
though?
at Fair.
I think
where
we
this
probably
train
get to
terminates.
70.
Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Change here for ferry services to the Isle of Grey.
Oh god. We are at 70. Well, if no one's got whiplash now, they definitely have. Okay, Northern Europe. It sounds Swedish. But it literally could be any station or any country, I mean. Anyway, let's go ahead and join the private server now and let's do some actual driving. Even though that was just some actual driving, but yeah. Oh, it's Finland. I was debating whether it was going to be Sweden or Finland. You've unlocked all 46 stations. Awesome. Do I have that yet? I don't have this line. We might try and do that today, actually. I think other than that, though, I've got every other station. Well, let's do some driving. Then maybe do a guarding route, and then see if we can pick up those other stations. I'll send the link out in a minute. I'm just gonna get the thing ready. I think I might do an 801. 'Cause yes. Is there any with a bit more, you know, with a few more stations? I guess not. Unsubscribe for a free Roblox gift card. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately, Crazy. As much as I think you would like it, you know, it doesn't unfortunately work. If anything, it's subscribe for a free Roblox gift card, you know. Hold on, how are you already in? I've literally just sent the link out. I've literally just sent the link out. What NASA Wi-Fi do you possess? They're literally using a train with a tap changer. At least I'm occupying this signal block though. Could be good or bad. Well, he's not friends with me, so he didn't. Why do you want untrusted signal? No, I don't want untrusted signalers. I want trusted signalers. Well, the thing is that it's not necessarily easy to figure out who's trolling me if I let, you know, anyone signal. So it's a bit tricky to moderate, you know, who it actually is as well. So that way I just have it as a simple rule, just don't go in the SG role if you're not trusted. Plain and simple. It's Bennett who's in front of me. I'm trying to become a supervisor. I'm just waiting for the SSG apps to basically be done. Taking ages. I think a behavior point is like not so much a strike, but like something that you get when when you're not behaving. Something like that. I actually don't think I ever had something like that. What we had was just detentions. That was it. Oh, we actually had something called minutes on the wall as well. Which basically, that was a perfect stop, by the way. Look at that. Which is basically, every break time, if you had minutes on the wall, you would stand at the wall and not have your, basically, your break time. And I think I remember once there was someone in our class who was like a serious troublemaker. and they were basically spending
Welcome
every
on
single
board
break
this
time
intercity service
on the
to
wall.
Avonhill, calling
And I
at
kid you not, I think they
Heath,
literally got up to
Preston
about
Junction,
90 or so
Belmont
minutes.
Green, and Avonhill.
I'm not kidding you.
The next station is
It got that
Hume
bad.
Heath.
And I think it was one day, the assistant head teacher came into our class, you know, basically just checking up, you know, just checking in on, you know, what's gone on. And had a look at the board about, you know, the minutes on the wall, and saw that this person had 90 minutes and was basically, how many minutes you got on the wall? Obviously that, you know, both the student and the teacher, you know, went, yeah. And then, this is funny. The assistant head teacher said, okay, just go ahead and wipe that off. And then obviously, you know, they go ahead and wipe it off, and then said, you can spend that you can spend that after school with me. It's probably one of the calmest, yet probably the most embarrassing after school detention I've seen someone get. There was another one I remember. Honestly, it was frightening. I tell you. So it was very early in the morning. I think it was like, it wasn't even the start of the day yet. I think it was like 9:30ish, or, you know, it just started. There was, again, someone else in our class that had seriously misbehaved. And obviously, you know, we asked for, you know, a head teacher. He wasn't the head teacher, but he was like, you know, someone who dealt with, you know, discipline and stuff. And I will be honest, he's a loud one. He's a loud one. So he basically took this student into a side room to basically have a word in private. He screamed at the student, and we could hear every single word he was saying. But the thing is, like I said, he wasn't even in the same room as us. They were like down the other end of the bloody hallway, and we could hear every word. Like, I even think the teacher was surprised at that. You know, I was just there, like, thinking to myself, you know, it's 9:30 in the morning.
Train and the platform edge.
You know, there's no need to be like that. It was frightening but scary at the same. It was frightening and funny at the same time. I think that teacher's actually in New Zealand now. I think they moved there a few years ago. They left when I was there to go to, you know, New Zealand. I don't know if they still live there now though. Hello, waiting for feature one gaming as well, by the way. I used to have a teacher that would give out after schools for literally everything. Oh, you had one of those, right? Yeah, I got an unfair one, I think. It wasn't an after school though, it was a lunchtime one.
This is Hume Heath. Please mind the gap.
Why are you so
between
serious
the
about
train and the
signal
platform
trolling and
edge.
spad traps? Well, I'm not,
This
but
is an
they just
intercity
get a bit
service to
repetitive and
Avonhill.
boring, really. You know, I want to just enjoy the game. I'm excited for tonight. I would be if I actually applied for SDS.
Welcome on board this intercity service to Avonhill, calling at Preston Junction, Belmont Green, and Avonhill. The next station is
Anyway,
Preston Junction.
what happened was, I think it was like, it was either after, it was after a PE lesson, because it was in the, it was in the changing rooms. Basically, I think I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, because there was someone else with me, and apparently I got the detention for being mean to another person, which I literally don't get. So I literally, you know, the thing is that I took, you know, I just took it on the chin. I was just like, okay, I wasn't mean to anyone, but okay. I think I even spoke to the person that I was accused of being mean to anyway, basically saying what happened, and they were just like, yeah, that's not right. You were not mean to me. So I was just like, yeah, it just didn't really make sense. But you know, I went to the thing. I basically didn't know what was happening. And I think when I got there, I literally explained to the teacher that was assisting with the detention, you know, I'm not really supposed to be here. You know, I literally spoke to the person and they said, yeah, I wasn't mean. You know, you can go and fetch them right now if you want. And I think eventually, you know, the teacher that was assisting in the detention even agreed with me. And I think even the other person as well, you know, which is like, yeah, he shouldn't be here. So it it was a bit confusing. And it just reminds me, you know, what I was even doing there, because I actually didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, like I said, you know, I just stayed there. It was a relatively hot day anyway, so I just stayed indoors with the aircon. Pretty nice, actually, to be fair. You know, not be outside just playing football all the time. So I guess it was sort of nice to just, you know, relax, enjoy the cool air. But yeah, a detention that I basically went to, but never deserved. I think I was in year 9 when it happened, so I would have been 13, 14, I think. Did you ever have the school bully that would do nothing about bully, but when you stand up for yourself, they take action against you? Oh, not really, I don't think. The thing is, in my secondary school, I don't really think I got bullied that much. I think I got bullied in primary school though, but I think it was a school that knew what to do, but eventually I did get moved school though, because that was a mainstream school and I got moved to a school that specialised in, you know, special needs, because obviously, you know, I have, you know, autism and I say slight learning disabilities, not really to the extent where, you know, like I can't read or write, but in a case where I needed additional support for it. So yeah, ever since I went to like a school that specialized in special needs, I didn't really have a bully, really. Hello, an average British guy as well, by the way. Where's this recipe? There it is. That's going to be as bad, because I couldn't see where the signal was. Yay. For me, it randomly stopped like midway through year 8. I remember, honestly, there was a strange encounter that I had. And honestly, I'm going to say this now. What I'm about to say, you have to believe me, because this is so strange, okay? Hello, Sound the Best as well, by the way. Oh my god. I literally don't even know how this even, you know, how this even fell into play, but basically. Me and my sister, okay, you probably know where this is going. Me and my sister went to two separately different schools, okay? She went to a mainstream secondary school, you know, just like normal, and obviously I went to, you know, another secondary school that she went to, because at the time, it was only like a female-only school that she went to, and, you know, I went to a, you know, a special needs school. So, obviously my sister, you know, completed her years at school, you know, and then I did my years at school. And I think I was like, I can't actually remember how it even occurred. But I think I was like speaking to the teacher, you know, I was just speaking to the teacher, and then the teacher literally said my sister's name. And I was just like, how do you know my sister's name? And the teacher was just like, oh, because I taught her. Huh? Like, we went to two separate schools. But apparently she was at the school that my sister went to, taught her, and then she came to our school. Like, that was just so strange. Hello, Seb Welch, like Strains as well, by the way. I just... It sounds impossible, but it was actually a thing. And then I think I came home and obviously spoke to Lauren about it, and then she was like, oh yeah, I remember her. How? And like I said, you know, it sounds impossible, but it's actually what happened. Did you know in SCI, if you type signalers in the command box, it shows you? Yes, I do. So the teacher taught you and Lauren. Yes, obviously not at the same time, but, you know, differently. You know, at different times, because, you know, she was... I think she was...
This is
3 years ahead of me, or
Please
4.
mind the gap between the train and the
Something like
platform
that.
edge. Change here for trains to Norrington. Change here
Hello,
for
Shakiro, by the way.
tram
How you
and
doing?
bus
Welcome to the stream.
services to other destinations.
Very lucky all
This is
13
an
years
intercity service
of
to
school for
Avonlea.
me was full of bullies. Oh gosh.
Welcome on board this intercity service to Avonhill, calling at Belmont Green.
I should
and
play City Bus
Avonhill.
Manager again. I've kind of forgotten how I play
The
it.
next station is Belmont Green.
Yes, hello Seb. Seb Welch likes trains. Are there any other fun, you know, fun stories at school? I had a teacher that absolutely loved banter. You know, there's always that one teacher that, you know, you just absolutely love. We had one. And yeah, she was she was funny. I'm gonna head off at 1 AM for you. Oh, yeah, go to bed. Hello, Coco Mentos Gaming. Ever had a teacher's pet in your school that would remind the teacher about homework? This is going to sound very strange, but I didn't actually get homework. I don't know why. It was a school that didn't do homework. Blame the school, not me. Hello, Zeo, by the way, as well. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm going to get a speeding fine here. Wonderful. I'm going to get a second one. Yep. Whenever we got homework, I just didn't do it at all. I did it whilst we were correcting it.
We are sorry, Banter. Regional
Smart strategy there, actually.
Avonhill has been cancelled. This is due to a fault on this train. We apologize for the disruption to your journey.
I think I did get get homework in my last year though. As we were, as we were preparing for GCSEs. There was only one teacher that did it though. But also the thing is as well is that I didn't want to like overwork myself because, my exams were literally just around the corner. And I didn't want to like stress out my head before I'd even started. You know what I mean? I started streaming even when you were in school. Yeah, see, like that's the thing, I know I did start when people, when school is actually still on, but eventually as, the day progresses, obviously, now it's not really school time anymore, so people are going to be, probably on their phone, just, watching stuff, and hopefully then they'll just see that I'm live and think, hey, Features Gaming's live. Great thing to watch after a hard day at school. Don't know why, but... We are driving the 801, as you can see. You finished college, by the way. Awesome. What is the work experience? Is it today? It's going to be videography at a local football club that I've been doing for... I think coming up on 7 years now, I think I'm going into my 7th season. Yeah, the local thing. But like I said, I don't know if I actually will be going tonight because, well, A, my stepdad is working all day. He's literally working right now, which is why I cannot really speak loud. And secondly, I don't know what the weather's like. And C, we just don't tend to do evening games because they go on till like 10 PM. But obviously I'm outside for that entire time. But I enjoy doing it. And that's the main thing. You have almost every train in the game. Awesome.
This is Belmont.
Oh, the presentations. I usually just do them the day before I have to present.
Avonhill.
I don't know why, but I loved making the presentations. The thing is, there's that one animation that everyone uses. You know what I'm talking about. There is that one animation that everyone in the class uses. Like one person does it and then everyone copies it.
On board this intercity service to Avonhill.
You know what I'm talking about.
Avonhill only. The next station is Avonhill, where this train terminates. Please ensure.
I think the one at our school was getting some curtains and having the curtain open animation. No one thought of that until one person did, and then everyone copied it. Worst was when I got a topic with barely any information. Well, the information is for you to get, to be honest. One question though. What the hell is British values? What the hell even is that? There's nothing to value about Britain. And then when you learn about it, it's basically an extra history lesson. Like, what the hell is British values? I think I got one about, you know, that I had to present something about New Year's or whatever. I don't know. Didn't make sense to me at all. And I love when teachers say Wikipedia ain't a reliable source. Like, come on, it's the most reliable than some random dude in the middle of a... Yeah, true. Very true. The thing I think teachers look upon, though, is that anyone can edit anything on Wikipedia. But the thing is that, yes, although that's true, there's many people on there that fix the mistake anyway. And there's one example. I might see if I can show you at the end of the stream. It's about Pleasure Island in Cleethorpes. When I looked at the Wikipedia page for that, I saw that the name for one of the rides was incorrect. I think it was the Tinkerboo Sweet Adventure. So what I had to do is I edited the Wikipedia page to you know, to say the correct name of the ride. Literally the day after, it had already reverted back to the back to the name. So I then re-edited it again to say the correct name, and it's still there to this day, I think. Let me see if I can find it. Well, literally the first thing I found is the thing. And scroll down. Yeah, Tinkerboo Sweet Adventure. I literally edited it. There was another one as well that wasn't mentioned, but I thought had to be mentioned. So I basically added it as a note, you know, on the Wikipedia page. And then over time, it gradually expanded into its own section, which I thought was pretty cool. What are you doing? Yeah, exactly. There's many moderators that stop it. But like I said, you know, there's been 2 changes that I've made to a Wikipedia page that have stayed there. One even, you know, went into its own section, which is pretty nice. When will you do the Q&A video? Well, I've already recorded it. I just need to edit it. I edited about 2 minutes of it today. I know that sounds amazing. It wasn't. I literally did it in 20 minutes. Yeah. That's sometimes how long it takes me to edit stuff. I edited 2 minutes in 20 minutes. Yeah. Hello, Abba plays as well. Oh, speeding. And Wikipedia is often one of the quickest websites to update on live things, honestly. Yeah, true. Very true. The thing is that Wikipedia lists all of the sources as well. So what I do is when I look at something on Wikipedia, instead of saying the source is from Wikipedia, I find the source that it's taken on Wikipedia and add that source as the thing. A little loophole there. You know? You said I had to find the source. You never said I had to take it from Wikipedia. I'll just find the sources section on Wikipedia and grab it from there.
We will shortly be arriving at Avonhill, where this train terminates. Please ensure you
I just
take
put in
all
random
your personal
sources
belongings with you when
that I
you
didn't
board the
actually
train.
use.
Change here for tram and bus services to other destinations.
I probably would
Please
have.
mind the gap between
I
the
probably would have
train
put lamb
and the
sauce,
platform.
tomato sauce, mayonnaise. You know, any of the sauces. It's a sauce. It's a sauce. Curry sauce, yeah. What are you going to do next? Hot sauce. I might do a quick guarding route. Actually, no. I'll be a passenger. I want to get the I think it's the Stonebrook Town stations unlocked. Yeah, I want to get these 3 towns unlocked because they're locked at the moment because I haven't travelled to them. So I need someone to take me down that line if possible. Just put a picture of tomato sauce, literally. You know, here's your sauces. You know, thing. You never specified what sauces I had to get, so I just put tomato sauce there. You know. I still remember a few other, you know, school moments. And you know what? Because we can, we're just going to talk about them. Because we can. The saucy live stream of Fetch. Or just a picture of a water source. That also works. What do I think about a sleeper train? Do you think the sleep... No, absolutely not. It's going to be on this lane. It's going to be on this track, isn't it? Nice if a sleeper train does come down here. Okay, there is one Stonebrook. Okay, that's cool.
The train now approaching platform
That was
2
quick.
is the 16-17 regional service to Stonebrook Town. Calling at West
What other
Norrington,
funny moments do I have?
Bramley, Cresford, and Stonebrook Town.
Obviously, one
This
time I
train
went
is
to
formed of 8 coaches.
I went to Silverstone for a practice thing. I don't even know what it was, but a few F1 drivers took part of that. I think it was in July at some time. Yeah, I did something like that, which was cool. You know, it was pretty cool that. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird that we did that as a school trip. You know, we went to
The
Silverstone
train now approaching
to watch
platform
cars
2
practice
is the 16-18 regional
for a school
service
trip.
to Stonebrook Town.
I know, it
Calling
just sounded a
at
bit
West
weird.
Norrington, Bramley,
And honestly, I remember when we were talking about the
and
trip.
Stonebrook Town.
You know, it was
This
not
train
something
is
that we'd been
formed of
planning for
7
weeks.
coaches.
We planned it the day before we went. You know, I think because there was someone else in the class who was a very big Formula One fan, and I think those two were like chatting, and then I think, you know, the teacher knew about this event or something that went on, and they basically just started going around the class just asking, do you want to go, you know, who wants to go to Silverstone tomorrow? Obviously we all just put our hand up because it meant getting, you know, it meant getting away from the classroom. Back then I wasn't really much of a Formula One fan. Obviously, you know, I am now, but back then I really wasn't. So yeah, it was just a bit weird how that all just fell into place. You know, we were like, yeah, sure. I think someone literally bought on their full-on, like, DSLR, you know, camera. We were allowed to bring cameras for that, because obviously, you know, it was something special.
This is Sterling
But
Street.
yeah, it
A light
was
here for
it was
Norrington
weird.
A and E. This is a regional service to
It's going to be at the
Town.
weekends. SCR is going to be in the evening. Roblox is going to be in the afternoon. And SCR on Saturday. Sunday is Roblox. Imagine Hawk's first podium would have ended like Science's first one. He gets the podium after the podium celebration.
We are sorry that the 16-21 regional service to Stonebrook
Oh, I
Town
don't know.
has been cancelled. We apologize for the disruption to your journey today.
There was a few more school stories that I wanted to tell, but I've forgotten all. I've literally forgotten them all. Oh, I remember one. We were doing, I think it was called Enrichment. It's basically one where you go out of the classroom and you go to like a place and you just do stuff. What we did, or what we were doing, is we were building something in a forest for basically the school to use. And I remember one time, it was so weird, but obviously there was a fire pit there. Do you have to? And what we did before going to
The
the
train now approaching platform 2 is the 1620 regional service to Stonebrook Town. Calling at West Norrington,
do
Bramley,
you mind?
Cresford,
Before
and
we
Stonebrook
went
Town. This train
to the
is formed
place,
of
we
3
stopped off at
coaches.
the shop and got some marshmallows. I think you can see where this is
Welcome
going.
on board this regional service to
We
Stonebrook
basically
Town.
went to the fire pit, lit the fire, and had
The next
basically
station is
toasted
West
marshmallows
Norrington.
for a lesson. Thing is, I look back at it now, and it's disgusting. Like, I would not do what I did
We
in
will
that lesson
shortly
now.
be arriving at
I just
West
wouldn't.
Norrington. Please mind the gap between
What
the
we
train
did
and the platform edge.
Is we found a random stick on the ground, put the marshmallow on there, put the thing over the fire, and then eat the marshmallow. Like, that is disgusting. Now that I think about it, I didn't think about it back then, but now that I think about it now, that was disgusting. Like, how many germs must have been on that stick? No. Thank you, Maddox the animator, for
train now
subscribing there, by the way.
approaching platform
Thank you so
2
much.
is the 1618
No, it was
regional
Stonebrook
service
Town.
to Stonebrook Town. Calling
Hey,
at
happy station.
Cresford, and
This is
Stonebrook Town.
West
God, I didn't
Norrington.
actually need
Please
to.
mind the
formed
gap
of
between the
5
train
coaches.
and the
I
platform
didn't actually need
edge.
to go onto the platform.
This is a regional service to Stonebrook
Favourite
Town.
station in British Railway? I don't think I really have one, to be honest. Probably Avonhill, just because it looks like London Euston. I don't know. Any other
The train now approaching platform
school
2
stories?
is the
Welcome on board this regional service to
service to
Stonebrook Town.
To a marathon? No, pretty
Calling at
The
boring.
next
Bramley.
station is Bramley.
Cresford,
Football team,
and
boring.
Stonebrook Town. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
We bought some fruit things that none of us had ever tried. I think, I think that was the first time we ever tried avocado. I hate it. I don't know what it is about an avocado, but I don't like it. What do you think will be the next extension will be if they did? I do not know.
We will shortly be arriving
Can I
at
spawn after this
Bramley.
trip at Longbow
Please mind the
Beach?
gap between the train
Why?
and the platform edge.
Today I was giving my exam today and I was writing the 150 word paragraph on while doing that an electric meter blasted and all the students including me nearly went deaf. That doesn't sound good. I remember we went to a place where it's like a place where you stay the night, so you actually sleep there. you know, on a school trip. I remember I remember me and a teacher, well, a few other people as well, not just me and the teacher, you know, a few students and a teacher. We just played dominoes until like 11 p.m. before we went to bed. Thing is, I had no idea how to play dominoes before then. And then I leave the school trip being a master at dominoes. I just thought it was things that you had to stand up and then just push them all over. No, that is not how you play dominoes.
The train now approaching platform 2 is the 16.25 regional service to Stonebrook Town. Calling at Cresford and Stonebrook Town. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
What float train is your favourite? Probably this, the 755. Well, this isn't the 755, but you know what I mean. You know, the train of... You know what I mean. The 755. It isn't this train, because this is the 756, I do believe. Yeah. You know what I mean, though. To be honest, dominoes is a unique game to play. Yeah, that's true. Any other school stories? I think I told you this one, but obviously I was, I was part of the Panto in our local town back in 2017. And I remember one day where I had to end early because I had a rehearsal thing that I had to go to. And I remember on that day it was like a... What do they call it? World History Day? Even though it actually wasn't a history day. It was like all of the classes were like a different country and you went around all of them. And I remember I was in this one class when I had to, leave, and I basically put my hand up saying, I have a rehearsal to go to. Can I please leave so I can get my stuff? And then I think the teacher was literally, you want to leave my country? Like, they were still in character even though they didn't have to be. Like, props to them for that. But I was just like, yeah, I have Banter rehearsals. I didn't say that. They were just like, yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. They knew. I think everyone was informed about what it was for, and that I needed to, go early because of Panto. Because everyone knew that I was a part of the Panto. I don't actually think I said anything, to be honest. I think the teachers just knew. Well, I think I told one person and then it spread around to the entire school. And it led to the school coming to the Panto on a day after performing.
The train now approaching platform 2 is the 16,
I distinctly remember it. It was the 12th of December 2017.
Town.
The 12th of December 2017 was the day they came to watch the Panto.
Only this train is formed of
I remember
3
that performance.
Coaches.
12th of December 2020. 12th of December 2017 at around about 1 p.m. ish. We actually cut quite a lot out of the Panto, I seem to remember. But obviously I was informed. Both of my parents were there to help me and stuff, because there was a scene in Panto where I literally had a minute to change into a new costume. So and the thing is that the suit that I had to get out of was a pretty big suit. It was like a full-on, like crocodile suit. Obviously, I played the crocodile and things, but I was changing for the UV scene. And the first scene that I was with the UV was a frog. And it was like it's like a whole body thing. So I had to get out of one suit to get into another one. And I remember we had to lay it out in the hallway. Literally, I kid you not, the audience were literally a meter literally two. There's a wall, but they were literally a meter in the other room. Okay, so we had to lay out the frog dress, or it's not really a dress, but you know what I mean. You know, the costume. And the thing is, it was very tricky to get the feet on. So what we had to do, is we had to get 2 pieces of cardboard and basically put them into the feet, so I could literally just slide my feet into it. It was so weird, but that's literally what I had to do. But yeah, we made sure for my school's performance that you know, it was everything that I needed was perfect, because I didn't want to let them down. Hello Eternity as well. I do apologise if I didn't see you earlier. Hello Gabriel as well. The train for real is like the Wales. Wait, is look like Wales. It's supposed to be a cross-country livery, I think. Another quick story about Panto in school. There was a Friday that where I had a performance in the morning, and the thing is that if you basically did a performance during school time, you had to go to school either after or before that performance. And I remember it being a Friday. Hello, gang, by the way. I remember doing the performance, but I also knew that for literally the final period of school, which is what I was basically going in for, was PE. So I basically... Hey, Stonebrook down. What's the... we can do a quick guarding room, I think. We've unlocked all the stations again, yay! Right, let's just choose someone to guard quickly. That's literally who we were looking at, wasn't it? Right, I'll wait to see a few more better train journeys and stuff. Where is Nightbot? I don't use Nightbot. I use Streamlabs instead. I remember in year 7 there was a fight between 2 students in my class. I don't even know what it was about, but I got to the point where someone got pushed into the tail lights of a... Jesus. Jeez. Hello. How do you say that name? I'm not too sure. Streamlabs is better than Nightbot anyway, yeah. Nightbot just started to time everyone out for no reason whatsoever. So I just stopped using it. To Avonhill. That's a bit too long, unfortunately. Yeah, might as well. Quick journey. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, it was a Friday morning performance that I had. So I had to go and do the performance, and then I had to go back in school. But like I said, I knew that the evening, or I knew that the afternoon period was PE. So I was basically questioning, do I really need to go in, you know, for PE? Obviously I had to, you know, it was part of... It wasn't really part of a contract, you know, that we had to sign, but it was, you know, it was a, you know, it was a legality issue more than anything. So I had to go in. And I remember it being a very, very cold day. But the thing is that when I'm in that crocodile and dog suit that I had to play for the Panto, it gets so hot in that suit. Like, I was dripping in sweat when I finished that performance. I was so hot that I literally got to school and did the PE lesson. I think I only had a jumper on. Or I don't even think I had that on. I think I literally just had a t-shirt on. And when I say about the temperature, it was like 7 degrees or something. And I didn't feel cold at all, because I was that hot just by being in the Panto. I was in a t-shirt in 7-degree weather, and I was actually alright. I felt fine. How's it scarred at Dusty Bin? Good, I think. I don't actually think I've ever driven the Dusty Bin myself. I've got it, but I don't actually think I've driven it. Alright, see you gang. Hope you have a good rest of your day. The other one I think was at the principal's or so. Wait, you were 2 fights? Jesus. I remember one story from school, but I'm not gonna say it. All I'm gonna say now, before I say this, nothing actually arised with this. Okay, it didn't escalate further. I'm literally just gonna say there was one particular incident where the police had to get involved at my school. I'm not gonna say anything else, but like I said, it didn't arise to anything more than just a detention. I think that was it. I'm not going to say any more. Another one which was a bit disgusting. Unfortunately, I watched someone. It wasn't a pleasant experience. It was just an unfortunate circumstance. I saw someone break their leg. Both their tibia and fibia. Like I said, it wasn't. It wasn't pleasant. What happened is it was when they were playing football. They tried running for the ball. And they wanted to basically, obviously, you know, try and kick it back to the other way. They misjudged where they needed to kick the ball. And they basically caught the ball with their leg in a very unfortunate place. And so their leg basically curved over the ball. I am in and I've closed my local door. You must be on your train. I am in the train. Oh, is it not registered the door change? Alright, hold on. Hello, Mark. So what I had to do, or no, not what I had to do. Oh, I'm trying to get my bearings now.
Welcome on board this regional service to.
So yeah, they obviously fell over in pain.
The next station is.
Now, originally, I didn't think it. Is it the 8th? Yes, it is. Originally, I didn't think anything. You know, I didn't actually think anything was, you know, was wrong with them, because I went over to them and it sounded like they were laughing. I kid you not. I thought they were laughing. But then they were obviously holding their leg. And it started to sound like an agonizing cry. And that's when I kind of knew, okay, yes, something isn't right here. It wasn't an open fracture, I think is what they called. You know, I didn't see anything more than that. You know, I just knew something was wrong at that, at that time. So, obviously, break ended right there. You know, plain and simple. I remember one of the teachers actually running over to obviously, you know, support them. Because obviously that, you know, that's what they're supposed to do. You know, they went to support, you know, the student. Where am I going, by the way? I'm just wandering backwards and forwards in this train. And obviously, we had to get an ambulance to the school. So yeah, there was a very like moment where we all felt sorry for him, because you know he's just at school wanting to play some football, and he just misjudges, you know, where he needed to kick the ball, and yeah, he just completely destroyed his leg. And I remember him coming back to school. I think it was like a month later. He was obviously on crutches. You know, he basically had to have, I think he said 3 surgeries on his leg. Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant story at all. But that's what happened. Oh, it's fine, Amethyst. It's absolutely fine. How long are you playing for? I'll be streaming until I finish this journey, which will be at 16:46. I started streaming at 3. Okay, my guarding is bugged because I can't open these doors. What is going on? Wait, were you? I don't think they were supposed to stop there.
Wallsend and Cuffley.
Okay, if I get booked out in the next station, I think I might just end the stream then.
Wallsend.
I want to do a guarding route. So yeah, they came back a month later and yeah, basically told us about the whole story and things. They seemed relatively in good spirit, actually. Obviously, you know, he got back to, you know, full, you know, he got back to full strength and, you know, started playing football again. Obviously got part of our school team. And I think he's now even a dad. Which is, impressive. See, that's the thing, you know, I'm now seeing my school friends grow up and become parents. I think there's only 2 that I know, though. Well, oh, wait, 3. Yeah, 3. One of them is like from old school, like I think my primary school, in fact, like my first one. Have I ever watched funny ATC conversations? I think I've seen 1, I think. Right, please let me open the door. If not, we're ending the stream. Well, I guess that gives us our answer. We have been streaming for an hour and a half anyway, though, so I guess it's not too bad, is it? Croydon redefined is so close. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I don't know what this stream even turned into, to be honest. Yeah. Let me see if I can quickly show you this thing then. I did say how I was going to show you. Alright, let's get rid of this. So this is the Wikipedia page for Pleasure Island. Obviously that was in Cleethorpes before it, closed down. It was originally a subsidiary of Flamingo Land, which I have also been to. This is in Yorkshire. Or Filey, I think. Or wait, I think... Is it Filey? But yeah, this is a lot of, cool rides. This is actually... Or this roller coaster actually held a world record. But yeah, it's actually a zoo as well. But yeah, Pleasure Island was originally a subsidiary of Flamingo Land, which is pretty cool. And we've been to this park loads of times. We've only been to Flamingo Land, I think, twice. So yeah, they had quite a few good coasters. This was the Boomerang, probably one of my personal favourites. What's the first? Okay, that's the logo. This is Alakazam. This is Frisbee. This is Hydromax. Actually, this is my personal favourite. And obviously the logo again, because it loops back round. So they had different areas as well. And the way the ride system worked is they were colour-coded. So if basically a ride was red, only people that were 4'7" could ride the ride. And then obviously... purple, would be 4'3". I don't know why it says children only for pink. Oh yeah, so like mini flat rides that can't only have children. So yeah, and what obviously means anyone can ride it. So obviously I was red because Hydromax is a red ride. It literally goes upside down and stuff. So Boomerang is purple, which I actually didn't realize that, but okay, apparently it was. So yeah, these are the roller coasters: Boomerang, Mini Mine Train, and then Go Gatta. I actually don't think I ever did this, and obviously all of them closed down in 2016 because that's when the park did close down. Onto the thrill rides, you got Alakazam, which is this ride, which I showed you. Yeah, this goes all the way upside down as well. I didn't actually think I realized that until I went on it. Hydromax, which is this ride, which again is purple, which is interesting. Hyper Blaster, which is a shot tower. Obliterator, I think that is a Gravitron type ride. Pendulous, Terrorack, and then Volta. Onto the family rides. We have Furry Friends and Tractor Ride. We've got the Flying Chairs, Shrieksville, Century 200, Galleon, Dodgems, Whirly Twirly Waltzers. Didn't even realise there was a waltzers there actually. Paratrooper, Carousel, Astroslide, Razzle Dazzle, Lake Boats, Annabelle Train, and it's Gravitron. That was it. And then onto the kiddie rides. Tinkerboo Sweet Adventure. Also, this was not pink. That absolutely was not pink. That was not children's only. I went on that ride as literally an 18-year-old. Well, I say 18-year-old. I didn't go when I was 18. The park wasn't even open when it was 18. This is not pink. This is white. I mean, if you wanted to push the boundary, maybe 0.5. But this is definitely not pink. I might need to edit that. Frog Hopper, Mini Dodgems, Kiddies Cove, and then Kiddie Roundabouts. Yeah, this was not a kiddie ride. But yeah, I had to change that. I think it was like Tinkerboo's Factory something. And obviously I knew that wasn't right, so I had to change it to Tinkerboo's Sweet Adventure. But yeah. There you go. It definitely isn't a pink ride. Like I said, at most it's white. Because anyone could ride it. It is not children only. But anyway, that was just something cool that I wanted to show you. And like I said, there's another one as well, but I'm not going to show you that one. Thank you, Cider, for subscribing as well. You subscribed at the wrong time though, because I'm literally just about to end the stream. But yes, if you guys did enjoy the stream and you obviously want to see more, then obviously make sure you leave a like, make sure to subscribe. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be back to normal schedule, you know, XRS in the evening. Thursday will be Roblox. Friday, F1 Manager and Minecraft. Again, I don't know what it will be depending on the heatwave. Saturday will be SCR, and then Sunday will be Roblox. But until the next video, guys, take care and peace out. And as always, stay fetchy.